Hey guys, welcome back to Board Watch. I'm Brian.
Lisa.
Justin.
And we are finishing off Season 1. We are actually already, before we even watched this episode, we're halfway through. Because we're 9 episodes in out of 18 episodes.
Yay!
So we are finishing up Season 1 today. And then we only have 8 episodes left in Season 2. So you guys will be caught up. And I will
say 8 in Deutsch?
8. Yeah. So 9 mehr. But 8 after this one. Anyway, 8 nach dieses episode. Or something like that. Someone will correct me on that. Anyway, thoughts on how they might try and tie some parts of Season 1 together? Like, I mean, because, you know, shows do want to at least have some sort of definitive ending in a season. But they also want to leave things open for future seasons. So, I
think we will get a better idea of either, maybe not both, but either Claudia or the stranger's motives.
Okay.
I hope so. Yeah.
One of them. At least one of them, I think. You will have a better idea of why they're doing what they're doing.
Okay.
I don't know if we will get the identity of the stranger, but I feel like we might at least get his identity.
Okay.
I would make that wager.
Okay. To finish Season 1.
Yeah. I still don't think I think we're gonna be left really in the dark about Noah. See what I did there?
Yes.
See what I did there?
Dark.
I don't know about. I think Ulrich might be left on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
I think he might still be stuck.
I mean,
in
he
19.
could be.
Ulrich cliffhanger. Yeah, let's go through the four.
Well, I should say, 2019 Ulrich will still be stuck.
I was about to say let's go through the 4 major houses. Let's go through 4 major families. Conwalds, Hannah and Jonas.
Well, what timeline?
No, well, like I'm just like predicting where they're going to be at the end of the season.
End of this season,
I feel like they're both going to be in.
Hannah will. I don't know if you're going to get much of Hannah this episode because the big thing with her arc right now is she's trying to destroy Ulrich, but Ulrich is trapped in 1953, so they can't really trap him if he's not even there. So I think we might not see that get resolved until next season, like starting out if Ulrich finds his way back. So actually, I'm changing that. By the end of this episode, I think Ulrich will find his way back to 2019, but I think that'll be where it ends, and he's going to be discovering a bomb waiting for him with Hannah's
figurative or literal.
It could be both. No. She doesn't physically harm you. She's just going to destroy his credit.
So that's Oh wait, you didn't say Jonas. You're Jonas.
Jonas. Ugh. I think Jonas might come face to face with the stranger.
Okay.
Again.
Nielsen's Marta, Magnus, Katarina, Ulrich, Agnes.
I don't know. Marta is gonna be painting or something because she's heartbroken.
Yeah.
Just painting. Magnus, and his girl Francesca. I feel like he'll be seeking out to learn more about her.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're gonna get them this episode again
either.
Not, yeah. Because it just doesn't.
Might not be finale material.
Yeah, exactly.
Not when they've got so many other things to
tie up.
Yeah.
Not tie up, but at least like move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like we might
like episode 9 was, hey, this is still a thing, guys.
Yeah. we might not see them again this season. So I'm not sure.
Dopplers, so Helga.
I think we're about
Francesca.
I think we're about to discover what Peter and Tronte were doing.
Okay.
I think we will know at least that. Helga, old Helga is going to whatever he's following his younger self, right? Was that
yes? So 2019 Helga was back at Helga's cabin in 1986.
So I imagine he's going to have an encounter. Oh, we will see the accident, I think.
Okay.
We're going to at least see what happened with the accident. We may not get the complete aftermath of the accident, but we might see what was the accident.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the Dopplers. Tiedemans, Bartosz, Regina, Egon, and either one of the 53 or 86s.
I feel like we might see a little bit of Bartosz's like dealings with Noah start to unfold or something.
Claudia.
Yeah.
Claudia, obviously.
Some
information is.
I think something's gonna happen that in 1986 Claudia, that's going to push her into this path that leads her to 2019 Claudia, who has clearly also figured out the time traveling thing and is trying to stop time herself.
Because everyone thought,
because we know she knows how it works, because we know she can time travel, but we also know that she can't go to specific moments. She knows that, so it makes sense that she must know something is going to happen that she is trying to change.
Okay. And Regina told Bartosz that Claudia was dead, so, like, where's Claudia been this whole time from 1986 to 2019?
Yeah. Successful power plant president, just falls off the grid.
So.
Yeah. We might see what made her fall off the grid.
Okay. Yeah, we might.
Cool.
Because she did say it happened in the summer. So, like, it's making me think it's about to happen. Yeah. Whatever center.
I think we're still in November right now. Yeah. Because I think.
But I think the summer she was referring to was when.
Oh, okay.
Homeboy went missing.
Oh, right. Okay.
And the incident that led to the creation of the time travel, whatever it was. Okay. So I think we're about to see what happened to Claudia too. So I think Claudia and Helga will have a lot of questions answered about them.
Cool. All right. That should get us into the episode. Predictions locked in. Mm-hmm. And yeah, let's get into it. Los Gates.
Peter, es gibt hier was du sehen solltest. Es geht um deinen Sohn.
Es gibt eine Menge, das ich von ihm lernen muss. Vorher müssen wir mal zu den nachbringen, wo er gefunden werden soll. Es bleibt nicht viel Zeit.
I fucking quit. Turn it off.
It's a good cold open.
It was a
So they're not. Well, that answers that question. They're not dragging the kids' bodies through the weird.
She gave them that book then, the book that had the schedule of the things happen, because they didn't even know what the hell was happening.
Yeah, Peter had no fucking clue.
He had no idea. He was just happening and hanging out there because he was trying to avoid.
Dude, I love your face. I love your face when that like portal just like started opening. You're just like, what?
He was just trying to avoid getting his wiener played with.
He
knew nothing this whole time. His crooked wiener. And then, like, a body just dropped, and he's like...
What?
Oh, shit. This is Toronto's son.
Yeah. Which means, which of them is holding that card, that evidence card? Somebody picked it up. They
School ID.
Yeah, probably Claudia.
Probably, possibly. Also, so that means obviously Peter and Chanta knew this the whole time that Mikkel was missing, and Mads' body had been. They just knew, and that's a big secret to have to keep.
But I guess they didn't know Mikkel.
Yeah, because that was the night that Mikkel disappeared.
They didn't even know Mikkel probably was missing
at that point. Yeah.
It probably happened at the exact same moment that the body fell through.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, November 4th.
Yeah, my birthday. I won't forget.
He burned you. That's what I was thinking.
Mein Name ist Egon Thiel. Vielleicht fangen wir einfach mal damit an, dass wir wieder nachfragen.
Egon, ja, natürlich. My only aim is to take many lives, more than ever I failed.
Oh, English.
Ist der Journalist?
Das ist.
No way, dude. It's possible that photo of him still is around. 5 minutes.
Sollst du eigentlich schon oder kannst du später, nachdem deine Frau dich verlassen hat, und gedacht, dass wir hier eigentlich unerwärmt du bist?
Warum haben Sie sich entschlossen, mir das zu helfen?
Warum? Das ist ein großes Wort. Warum entscheiden wir uns für das eine und gegen das andere? Aber spielt es eine Rolle, ob diese Entscheidung darauf beruht, dass sie die Konsequenz aus einer Reihe kausaler Verkettungen ist? Oder aus diesem unbestimmten Gefühl in mir entspringt? Dass vielleicht alles in meinem Leben auf genau diesen einen Moment hinausgelaufen ist.
Alles hat nur einen Namen. Seine Liebe. Er ist nicht aus der Welt. Du bist nicht aus der Welt. Und die Welt nicht von dem Welt vernehmen. Er ist das Beste. Heute ist der Tag. Der Anfang, das Ende. Mach nicht dieselben Fehler wie ich. Das ist Gott. Was ist denn schuld? Der ganze Sorge ist zu kurz gekommen.
I think he's gonna try and go get Mikkel.
Ein paar Stunden ist es vorbei. Hast du überlebt? Glaubst du ihr? Alles, was sie gesagt hat, ist in den letzten 8 Tagen passiert. Genauso wie es hier steht. Und warum ist dann die Hälfte der Sachen rausgerissen? Was passiert nach heute? Nach heute ist alles neu.
Den Schmerz hat dich gemacht, Helge.
Aber er hat keine Macht mehr über dich.
Wer ist der Nächste?
Jonas kam bald.
She knows exactly who that is. The picture survived. You weren't wrong there. It didn't get lost in a fire.
I have so much anxiety right now.
Wer sind Sie?
Die Passage in der Höhle liegt genau unter diesem Bunker. Steht sie offen, läuft die Energie durch diesen Raum. Man muss sie verstärken.
verschiedenster Programmiertechnik. Du wirst diesen Brief fast 33 Jahre bei dir haben, bevor du ihn weitergeben wirst. An dich selbst. Ich bin du.
Initial thought.
What was your initial thought?
No, you thought it was Mikkel.
Well, like second.
Yeah.
Oder soll ich sagen, mir? Alles, was du erlebst, habe ich bereits erlebt.
Aber ich kann dich nicht herauslassen, weil du da nicht zu dem wirst, was ich heute bin. Verändere ich jetzt meine Vergangenheit, verändere ich auch meine Gegenwart. Dann kann ich dieses Loch nicht mehr für alle Mal zerstören.
Was er nicht weiß, ist, dass er der Auslöser dafür sein wird, dass es überhaupt existiert. Ein Ahnungsfall. Das Cäsium in seiner nutzlosen Maschine ist nicht dafür da, das Loch für immer zu vernichten. Es ist dafür da, dass überhaupt erst entstehen soll. Er ist der Erlöser. Claudia hat ihn gerufen.
Wo bin ich hier? Welches Jahr ist es?
Willkommen in der Zukunft.
Hey Google, stop. Good first season?
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Started with a hell of a cold open even.
Yes.
Told you you'd like that cold open.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So,
Oh man.
got some answers finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a hell of a lot of more questions.
Yes.
As this show tends to do. So we know who the stranger is. Yay.
He was in fact Jonas. I should have stuck with that.
Yeah. I was kind of happy when you started going off on the whole Bartosz tangent. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, let's go with that.
I mean,
But yeah, no, it made sense.
Yeah.
Again, like Mikkel, I realized the moment I was wrong. was the letter when he got it from his grandma, and he was like, "How do you still have it?" And I was like, "He is fucking Jonas."
Right, because the letter he burnt was an older version of the letter that was like 30.
I was like, "Damn it, he is Jonas."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh well, another L." Should have stuck with my gut.
My father saved my life. Well, Mikkel saved my life.
Yes.
By killing himself so that he prevented himself from going back into the past, and so everything he said is true from a certain point of view.
Yes.
Yeah. At a certain point in time.
So we were watching a battle of time.
Yes.
It just wasn't the stranger in Noah. It was Claudia in Noah.
Although Claudia is kind of leading the stranger, like Noah is. Well,
this Claudia is the main player here.
Again, this is what Noah is saying. Do you trust everything that Noah is telling Bartosz?
I trust it. I trust that it is in fact him versus Claudia. I don't trust that Claudia is necessarily a part of the shadow.
Okay.
But well, honestly, I do believe it in the sense of I believe he does think he's right.
Right. Because I mean, everyone thinks that they are.
But I do think it is. I think it is. It's him versus Claudia trying to manipulate time. Because yes, she clearly has been leading all the pieces to this moment. Yeah. So
she told,
and she said she is
Tronta
trying
and
to
Peter
change
where to put Mads' body. You need to take him where his body is going to be found.
Yeah, everything she was doing was to make sure it seems that Jonas created that.
Yeah.
So she definitely wanted it to be created. Now, for what purpose beyond that, I guess we'll have to keep watching to find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it seems strange because Noah also seemed to wanted it to be created.
Yeah.
So how the two of them are battling each other with this.
He said that there are two people trying to control time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so because Noah did say that she was fooling old Jonas.
Yeah.
By saying, "Oh yeah, this is the way that you can destroy the time loop and all that." So
apparently he's the one who started it.
According to Noah.
No, according to Noah, yes.
According to Noah. These were some thoughts going through my head when I finished season 1. I'm just like, do I really trust everything that Noah says?
I think it is true though.
Yeah.
I think it is Claudia who manipulated him into doing it.
Okay.
Because we saw her already manipulating like Mikkel or Mads to be found by Ulrich, which is a big part of what led Ulrich on this quest to get trapped in
right.
So we know she's very at least manipulating some things. And she has that book, so she knows
where and when
certain things need to be.
Right. Another prediction that you had mid-episode that came true later in the episode was the picture being taken of Ulrich and then all of a sudden just later being viewed by Charlotte.
That was a good reveal. I wonder what she's going to do with that information.
It's just like, what?
Well, now she's going to Peter, who presumptively knows at least a little something. He may not understand everything, but he knows time traveling is happening.
Right.
Yes.
And then she's seen a picture of Ulrich in 1953.
Yeah.
I wonder if Peter's going to confess to her about Mads, because clearly I think that's the thing he's been hinting at all season.
Yes.
I want to talk to you. I have something to tell you.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to tell her Mads, but also I think he's going to tell her everything Claudia told him.
True, because presumptively, there's more that he knows than just that.
It was one of the recent watch throughs of as I was watching this episode in preparation of being like, oh, what questions might I ask the guys? It was just finally the last time I watched the episode that I realized, the bunker is I wasn't paying a close enough attention to some of the tech what they were saying, but the bunker is literally directly above the little triangle where the cave
split,
where the time things have happened. So I mean they also did a visual cue right there, as older Jonas or middle-aged Jonas, whatever you want to call him, the stranger Jonas. He was in the little triangle area, and the black hole was happening, and it just went right through the ground, right to where like young Helga was in 1953 and teenage Jonas was in 1986. So like that bunker is right.
I guess it remains to be seen how Jonas got thrown forward.
So Jonas,
they didn't swap places.
Well, I guess they both got thrown forward 33 years.
Both of them got thrown forward 33 years.
That's true. Because
Maybe,
at first I thought it was a swap.
We just know that Jonas is in the future.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's 2052 or if it's 2085.
Yeah.
Or it could be more recent.
Or,
Yeah, it could be something different. But yeah, no, I thought it was a swap at first.
But
because at first I thought it was like 1953-ish, like.
Right.
But then I saw that drone thing. I'm like, nope, he's in the future.
Well, and there was gas masks in the bunker that Jonas was in.
Yeah, it might not be that far though, because it seemed like the technology wasn't insanely farly advanced.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might not have actually gotten thrown that far in advance.
But I feel like whatever happened to Helge should have happened to him. Everything seems to be somewhat
I mean, I guess we also now know that Stranger Jonas was also manipulating Jonas into getting thrown forward in time.
Yeah, because I mean,
he could have
said it himself. If you kill your dad, then you're not going to exist. Which
because in his mind, his whole goal was to destroy the portal, and he was like, "I will not know to destroy the portal if I don't travel forward."
Right.
So he's like, "Sorry, bruh.
Yeah.
Happy trails."
It's like,
Happy
hey,
trails.
At least you know you survive for a little while because you get to my age.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you're
fine, bro.
No matter how bad things seem, you don't die.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way that he dies.
And it's going to suck. But at least you don't die.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that Jonas was in the thing, I was like, wait. I was like, that's going to suck because everybody we ever see go in there except for
I
Helge.
second-guessed myself about the stranger being Jonas, but I was right that he is from the future.
Right.
Because I did say that.
You thought he was from the future.
He is, in fact, from the future.
Right.
He is.
Yeah, because a lot of times, with the whole Mikkel thing, everyone's thinking, oh, they went back in time and grew up in a time that they were not supposed to be in. But this is actually a case of people from the future.
He was actually from the future.
He was actually from the future, yeah. So, cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Season 1.
I feel like this girl with the scar is going to become important.
Oh, in the future?
Yeah, it just felt like too intentional of a thing for it not to be.
So yeah, now we've got
a whole new group of
4 different time periods that we got to worry
about. Super tight.
So, what 2019 characters, if any, do you think we're going to see in the future?
Charlotte, maybe.
Yeah.
A really old Charlotte.
Charlotte for sure, because she just...
Martha. I think we'll see Martha.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
We might not see Magnus, but I think we'll see Martha.
Okay.
Maybe Martha will be the leader of the Resistance.
La Resistance.
La Resistance. Bartosz might be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he might be young Bartosz. It might be 2019 Bartosz, like you said.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we know that he knows about time traveling and stuff. However, that cave was only ever able to go to those 3 locations. It never was able to go to the future. As far as we know.
Yeah.
But we also don't know how the portable device works.
Right. What did what did Stranger Jonas really end up doing? Like, did it change how that triangle works? Did it just stop it from working completely? Because that was what his stated goal was to destroy the time loop.
Noah did say he temporarily... He does.
He says he temporarily destroys the time loop. So theoretically, the cave is no longer a time-traveling mechanism. Theoretically.
Which makes sense how Jonas got stuck there. Because now I think in all 3 time periods, you cannot time travel. At least for some.
After November 12th?
Yes.
After November 12th.
For X amount of time right now, you can't time travel. So I think the time traveling is going to stop, and now we're going to start getting more information about what happened in between.
Which makes sense, because I think the journal, remember, there weren't very many entries.
So I think Jonas is going to be stuck.
Kind of like Ulrich is stuck in 53.
If
Ulrich's kind of fucked right now.
And he might stay his ass there.
It sounds like he's going to have to, because Tannhaus hasn't built the machine yet.
Dude, for all you know, I mean, it's 1953. They're sketched now. They might just bop him on the head and throw him in a hole.
Hey,
and
then Hannah can't destroy him.
Yeah.
At least she dodged that.
Dodge that crazy bullet.
But like we're gonna find out, dude. This is Hannah's doing. Hannah had a gun at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody saw that.
I did.
Yeah.
I think she's
Lights start flickering and she just starts pointing to the opposite side of the table for like what?
like.
Yeah, we didn't really see what she was
there
pointing
somebody
at.
there, or was she just like
I don't think
getting
there
a feel
was.
for the gun to turn it around on herself or something? I don't
Target
know.
practice.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't bode well for Ulrich or Katarina.
No. Poor
So,
Katarina.
Justin's biggest question still hasn't been answered.
Yeah.
However, I think in the next like 1 or 2 episodes,
Ooh, we're gonna find out why Noah's so swole?
we find out why Noah's so swole.
Are we really gonna find out?
I think it's in the next like 1 or 2.
So there is an answer. We're going to know how and why he got so freaking swollen.
That's
I know you're kidding about that entire thing, but like as you were,
I'm not. He's insanely ripped, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, why are you that buff? Like that. It takes time to get that buff, like a lot of time. And I'm like, if he's got all these other agendas going on, why did he also feel the need to take time to like, yo, I gotta put in these reps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, to this point we've seen him sit down and read to kids, sit in a car, stand again.
What do you guys think about
stand and sit?
I mean, what if Noah is Bartosz?
That's a possibility.
And he's recruiting himself. Because it seems like
Bartosz
is kind of an airhead, and he seems like a strange person to recruit. But I was thinking maybe it's more the lines of Helga, being he was just recruiting an idiot he can manipulate. But maybe he is recruiting himself, and he goes through this. We're seeing the origin of how Noah came to be.
Now, speaking of Helga, young Helga got shoved forward 33 years, and he's now in 1986. And if time travel is not a thing right now, how does he get back to the time How does he get back to 1953 so that he ages enough to become 1986 Helga?
That's true. They did mention he was abducted, and they didn't mention how long he was gone.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's a big question.
That is actually a pretty good question, based on the assumption that
it could be the device that HG is making.
Okay.
Is the way he gets back.
Could be.
Well, and they did the Stranger Jonas did say that the chair is like a prototype of.
Yeah. Maybe they eventually get it working. Maybe they get it to work with Helga. Maybe.
Yeah.
Time linearly. They tried with Mads, failed. Tried with Yassine failed.
Eric
and
Obendorf.
then technically, Eric.
So
and
Mads first, then
now,
Eric, then Yassine.
Through this weird time loop situation, now maybe Helga's the last one. And it works, maybe.
Although Stranger Jonas did tell Jonas that you are the guinea pig. Like this is a prototype for the time traveling device, and you are the guinea pig. I think he said something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
I guess we also know it wasn't so random with the abductions, right? Because he was telling Helga a very specific person to abduct, which makes sense why Ellie didn't get abducted.
Yeah,
because remember she ran into Noah, but he didn't take her.
Yeah. Right.
He took the scene.
He ended up giving her a thing that said for Charlotte.
Yeah, which we still don't even know
why Noah had that,
and we don't know what it is,
right?
And who made it originally.
It looks like a watch.
It's a watch, sure, but we don't know who made it originally.
Right.
Could have been.
Lots of questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots and lots of questions. And
there are so many questions, we've forgotten some questions. And like it'll happen and we'll be like, oh, I had forgotten to watch until you just said that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. It did happen.
Yeah. And season 1 is the easy season to follow. So buckle up.
I can see why.
These next 8 episodes, oh boy. And yet, like I said, another reason why I want you guys to watch it so that I have people to bounce ideas off of, because I'm pretty sure they were very set on, from the creation of the show, that they were only going to do 3 seasons. So
next season is the last.
So season 3, I'm like 99% certain is going to be the final season, because they've had this entire story planned out.
Yeah. Old Helga's dead and caused the accident.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
so presumptively,
Helga's dead. He's just missing.
The accident caused. Like I said, we didn't get the aftermath of the accident, but we did get the accident, which is what I thought might happen.
Right.
So we don't know what that accident is going to cause as a result.
It might be what caused him to go into the not insane asylum, but like the
nursing home.
The nursing home. This is like, dude's talking crazy.
But he hadn't been there,
right,
because he's gonna have kids. So our kid,
Peter,
yeah, maybe more, but kid at least. So there must have been some reason why old Helga, as a result of that accident, something took old Helga off of that, or Helga off of that path.
Wouldn't Peter already be born at this point?
I don't know. We don't know how old he is.
He's older than 33 in 2019.
I guess that's true.
He's married to Charlotte.
That's true.
That's true. So he's been doing all that shit for Noah while having a family, and that's a good point.
But the accident must cause something, because old Helga caused it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in his defense, he thought that was how to stop himself.
Yeah, he was trying to kill himself to prevent him from doing more things.
So
but Jonas had already been kidnapped at that point.
Yeah.
But, well, maybe he was trying to throw himself out of it, because he would have known this is an accident.
Right.
Like, I'm causing the accident. I'm pretty sure he remembers that.
Right.
Like, he remembers that he got into an accident. So I'm not sure he was...
Maybe he thought he could actually fix it this time, thinking that he could actually kill himself this time, whereas, like, the previous,
Possible.
Like Ulrich trying to kill Helga in the first place, thought that he was killing Helga, but was the one that ended up...
But we do know Helga leaves, and we know the accident happened.
Right.
And he leaves, so... Yeah. I feel like the accident is... Something's going to happen, because now he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah's still the main antagonist?
Yes. Didn't we joke once that what if we found out Noah was actually the good guy, and like now he's making the case that he is?
Right.
Yeah. We did.
They have all this like foreboding music whenever he's on screen. It's like, oh wait, he actually...
Yeah.
He's actually the good guy.
Yeah. It's Hannah all along. Hannah, that bitch. She didn't really do anything this episode. She just like...
What do we just have a reveal where it's just like Claudia and Noah in the same room, and they're like, we have to stop Hannah. Season ends. Knew it! I'd be like, knew it!
That's how season 2 ends. You heard it here, guys. You heard it here. Claudia and Noah plotting the downfall of Hannah.
And then Egon goes, are you sure Ulrich is not involved?
Is not a Satanist.
Ulrich, are you a Satanist, sir?
I forgot about that callback in this episode. Even young Egon, Ulrich starts speaking in English, and Justin's like, whoa, what's going on? But it's that song from 1986.
Have you know the song?
Are you a Satanist?
It's just his go-to, man.
Are you a Satanist?
It's just like... Are kids into Satanism these days?
He's like, forget about all the time travel. Forget about the missing kids. He's like, listen here. Do you worship the devil? Let's get to the real problem here. This guy worships the devil. I think we can all agree that that's the number one thing we should be worrying about.
Definitely.
How Ulrich worships. Not the missing kids.
Yeah. I just love the eternal Egon Ulrich struggle. It's no matter what age they are or what time they are.
It's always there.
Just always. It's like Peter Griffin and the chicken.
Yeah, Peter Griffin and the chicken. There you go. What's the bigger rivalry, Noah and Claudia or Egon and Ulrich?
Egon and Ulrich, by far, is the biggest rivalry on the show. Like, no question. That is the biggest rivalry on this show.
Cool.
That's the only rivalry that's extending across time periods with different versions.
Right.
Different versions still beefing with each other.
It might
found a way to beef with each other.
It might be same version Claudia and same version Noah that are...
They found a way to beef with each other before they even knew who each other were.
Right.
Because he didn't even know he was talking to Egon until he said his name. Right. It's like, oh, now it makes sense. I can hate you.
That was great.
Nice to see you were always an idiot.
Yep.
And I don't know, like, we were kind of talking during this, but as he was getting taken away, he said something along the lines of, "Are you an alcoholic now, or has your wife
left you?"
I caught that.
Yeah,
I caught that.
Yeah. So,
well, I figured she leaves him because, like, one, he weak, and two, that other girl too bad.
Yeah.
I knew that was a problem.
Nielsen.
I knew that was a problem when she walked in there. You cannot possibly think that you can stay true to your spouse with a girl just walking in there that's that bad. Just living in your house, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I was wrong about who it wasn't gonna work for, but nonetheless, does not work.
So, self-fulfilling prophecy that he becomes an alcoholic now that he knows. Like,
did Ulrich just curse him?
Or Ulrich just cursed him into becoming an alcoholic?
Curse him to becoming an alcoholic? Could be.
Maybe.
He start drinking now.
Ulrich is the one that causes everything.
Are you drinking now?
Yeah.
After your wife leaves you.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Got one last jab in on him.
Right. Mm-hmm. So where do you think season 2 is gonna go? Keeping in mind that we're only in the beginning right now. You've only just finished the first act of 3.
I think we're definitely going to be heavily in the future.
Okay.
Because we've got to learn. We've always known that Jonas was kind of the catalyst for everything.
Right.
Now we know why.
Because Stranger Jonas even told him that, the first time he went back to 1986 and saw McKellen, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to bring him back." And he's like, "No, don't do that. You will erase your existence, and there's more to you. That's you're a bigger part of this than you think."
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see Jonas's experiences, which will presumptively be pretty rough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the future, we may run into some of our 2019 are still kicking in some form. I think we'll be a lot in the apocalyptic world. Because I feel like the last season is going to lead towards the final game of chess revealing itself, like the final table of like, all right,
all the pieces are on.
Last round of Tragedy Looper, we're like, all right, guys. You got a general idea of what I'm going to do.
I know what you're trying to do, so if I do this counter move, but then you counter my counter, and then I counter your my counter.
We're like, all right, guys, we got intrigue on the bunker. I'm going to throw this card on Jonas, and then
make him a little bit more paranoid.
I'm going to play this card on Ulrich.
So that a butterfly effect might happen.
No one's going to get what we're talking about.
No, we'll do a playthrough of Tragedy Looper. That's perfect.
Dude,
for the show.
Did somebody trigger a suicide on Michael?
Right? Just the paranoia.
Claudia?
Someone
did Claudia trigger a suicide?
Someone set him to his paranoia limit, and it's just like, gotta.
We know. All right, we know Michael triggers the suicide. Ulrich is the serial killer.
So, if we're talking in Tragedy Looper terms, there's 3 protagonists and 1 mastermind. Who's the mastermind and who are the protagonists?
Claudia.
Claudia's the mastermind?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are the protagonists?
Jonas, Stranger.
Which is Jonas.
But they're still 2 different people.
Right.
They're 2 very different people. And, Noah.
Okay.
Good guy.
So you're going in the Noah's the good guy camp. Okay.
Interesting.
No, I'm not. No.
So Noah's the mastermind?
Mastermind is Noah. Switch. It's Claudia. It's Claudia, Jonas, and Jonas. Claudia, Jonas, and Jonas.
Okay. So
she just triggered that suicide just to see what would happen.
Okay.
She's like, I just want to see what's going to happen if Michael hits his paranoia limit.
Okay. Fair enough. Anything else that you want to talk about season 1? Any more predictions for season 2?
Don't be left in the room with Hannah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's the real serial killer. Left alone with Hannah, dead.
Yeah. Just keep those family trees in mind, because now we've got 4 different time periods that we need to worry about.
And new people, for sure.
And new people, so last names are important. We've been kind of hammering them throughout season 1, so you're very familiar with everyone's last name, and so if another Tiedemann pops up or if another Doppler
I have a feeling we will see maybe And if not the 2019 counterparts, maybe some of his friends' kids.
Okay.
Definitely.
So maybe Martha or Mads, or not Mads.
Magnus.
I keep calling Magnus. I keep calling him Mads. Magnus's kids, or maybe Francesca. Well, maybe it's both of their kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Magnus and Francesca have been.
Yeah. They've been doing the hanky panky.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we are done with season 1. Until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.